So Marvel dropped another Avengers Doomsday trailer at D23, and oh man, was this one way better than the last one. So much more was going on in this one. We saw so much more of Doctor Doom, and we felt his presence and his power. That last scene with the 1v1 with Thor, and then him rising all the Sentinels, that was just insane. Chills every single time I watch it. That's how you know it's a good trailer. But after seeing the roster of characters in this trailer again, it only made me ask, who are they hiding in this movie? Because there has to be characters that have not been shown in anything that are in this movie, because the lineup just does not make sense. A lot of people have been talking about this already, saying the Thunderbolts are underpowered, even a lot of the Wakandans too, and that a good chunk of the squad going to face Doctor Doom cannot hang with him. And they're not wrong. That is totally facts. There's probably 2 members that I think could actually hang with Doctor Doom, and we saw one of them get absolutely worked in like 5 seconds. But we also have to see how things play out. There's the old X-Men here. The Fantastic Four are also in the mix. There's still a lot of powerful characters on this team, but if we compare it to the roster we were getting in Infinity War to face Thanos, it's just night and day. But let's get into some of the characters I think that they are hiding from this movie that I actually do think will be in this movie, because if they're not, it just doesn't make sense. First up, Star-Lord. Where the hell is Star-Lord at this point? At the end of Guardians 3, we saw him return to Earth and try and start a new life somewhat, leaving the Guardians and kind of forging his own path. I thought he was a tap into being Avengers Doomsday, to be honest. I think Thor or somebody else from the Avengers team would have known that he came to Earth, and somebody would have been in contact with him to bring him over, because I just don't know why you wouldn't want a guy like Star-Lord in this movie. Not that Star-Lord is stupid powerful or anything, but he's fought extraterrestrial beings before and cosmic-like powers, and I feel like he would have a lot more experience and an edge over a lot of the characters in this team. Another big one is Tom Holland's Spider-Man, and you just cannot overlook this. Yes, in Brand New Day, we saw why Spidey was busy and what he was up to, but that shouldn't excuse anything that happens in Doomsday. Look at even the conversation they had in Brand New Day, him and Yelena. So the link is already there with the Thunderbolts and with the new Avengers. So how are you telling me that Yelena wouldn't make the call to Peter Parker in this scenario? And don't give me the big potato, little potato bullshit, because you already know that Spider-Man could wipe the entire Thunderbolt squad on his own without Sentry. Spider-Man's more powerful than a lot of the characters in this movie, and his help would have definitely been welcomed. I think Tom Holland as a promotional piece is really tough to leave off a cast list, so I really don't think he's going to be in Doomsday, which does suck, but I'm really interested to see what the reasoning behind it actually is. I think Spider-Man's going to be a big player in Secret Wars. I got my theories for that. I think he's going to end up being somebody who kind of saves the Marvel Universe, but I don't think he's going to be in this movie, and I just don't think it makes a lot of sense. With the post-credit scene in Brand New Day as well, I think it almost confirms that. We see the Spider Tracker go to a different Earth. I think that's Doom's Battle World, and I think Tom Holland's Spider-Man is going to make his way there, but the reasoning as to how he does is just a little blurry for me right now, and I don't know how they explain it without him being in this movie. Another character that can make you raise your eyebrows probably more than anybody else, and that's Doctor Strange. Now, obviously, we saw Doctor Strange go through the portal with Clea in the post-credit scene of Multiverse of Madness because he was screwing shit up, but if there is a guy you want in a battle with Doctor Doom, it's Doctor Strange. He's a sorcerer, the Sorcerer Supreme, and he can go toe-to-toe with Doom probably better than anybody on the team. Benedict Cumberbatch isn't supposed to be in this movie, but I don't know, guys. This feels like one of those that they're hiding from us. I do think Doctor Strange has to be in this movie, but I think because his role is so significant in the story, that's why they're hiding him from us. In Secret Wars, of course, he becomes Doom's right-hand guy in Battleworld, and I don't know how they're going to explain it or what the events are going to be leading up to it, but I think Doctor Strange is going to be in this movie, but I think he's already going to be teamed up with Doom, which is why we haven't seen him in any of the promotional stuff, because they probably want to keep that under wraps. Doctor Strange missing from this movie makes no sense, and I do think he is one of the hidden characters that will be in it. Another big player kind of missing from everything, and I guess big players, is Captain Marvel and maybe even Miss Marvel. There are rumors that Kamala Khan will be in this movie, but we haven't really heard much from Captain Marvel. Brie Larson's obviously already said that it doesn't look like she really wants to play the role anymore, and fair enough, she wasn't great in it and she got a lot of shit for it, so I don't really blame her for not wanting to do it again, but Captain Marvel as a character not being here also, again, doesn't make a ton of sense. Now, I'm not even gonna sit here and pretend like I watched the Marvels, because I didn't, but from what I know, Captain Marvel should be around and should be available for this movie. Maybe she isn't it, maybe they're hiding it. It just doesn't seem like a character they need to hide. It feels like if she was there, we would have already known about it. So I'm interested to see how they explain her absence. I honestly think Brie Larson didn't want to come back and Marvel didn't want to bring her back. That's why she's not in this movie. But I want to see the reasoning they give us as to why Captain Marvel isn't there. The last one I really wanted to touch on is the Hulk, and this kind of got answered in Brand New Day. It looks like Bruce Banner is going to be taken control of by Damage Control and arrested or locked away, maybe. It seems like that's what they're doing with that, but honestly, we have no idea. I think the Hulk could pop up in Doomsday. I wouldn't be totally surprised. Like, I can't imagine Thor looking at this roster of Avengers and being like, yeah, let me not see where Bruce Banner's at. Let me not give the Hulk a call. He definitely would have tried to bring him into the fold if it was possible. So I think the Hulk ultimately is just going to be locked up by Damage Control and not available for this movie, which sucks. 20 years now the MCU's been going for almost, and they still don't know what to do with the Incredible Hulk. It's really sad, but that's a video for another day. I don't know if the Hulk's going to be in this movie. I think he could pop up, but based off what we saw in Brand New Day, it's probably unlikely. So out of the 5 characters I just mentioned, I think the most likely to appear in Doomsday is going to be Doctor Strange, but I also think there's a good chance Star-Lord is in it too. Hopefully more characters are in this movie that they're keeping under wraps. There's of course rumors like Wolverine and Deadpool, which would be awesome. Also Tobey Maguire, and none of those would really surprise me. It's more so the mainstream MCU characters that got me scratching my head. For the most part though, this trailer got me extremely excited for this movie. I was hesitant before, I was worried. I'm still worried about the roster of characters we have, but I think this trailer got me a lot more excited. I hope we get more characters in the actual movie. Yes, there's already a lot of people in it, but there's certain characters like Doctor Strange and Spider-Man that I just don't think you can leave out and have it make sense. We'll see how it all plays out though. I got a bunch of theories for this movie and a bunch of things I want to talk about, so maybe I'll keep making more Avengers Doomsday videos if that's what you guys want to see. But for now, thank you all for watching this video. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and also let me know some of the characters you want to see in Doomsday. Maybe some guys I mentioned, maybe some characters I didn't mention, and also give some thoughts and predictions for this movie. It's always fun to have a discussion. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all in the next one.